Last month, we got the news of our lives. We are pregnant with our first child. I'm really excited about this and all the changes that's gonna bring, not just in my life, but also in my business and all these things. I feel like having this baby in a way is turning me into the person, the woman that I've always wanted to be. In this journey, I will be sharing week by week what I'm going through in my pregnancy, in my business, how I'm feeling, how I'm handling the nutrition, the workout side of things, how I'm handling managing a team through all of this, and also preparing them to keep the business not just going, but thriving during the months that I take off for maternity leave. Today's video is all about week 9, so I want to tell you a little bit how I've been handling social events. I went to a trivia night. I also went to a spice fest, so if you want to see me try the hottest sauce that I've ever tried in my life and cry, then stay tuned till the end, because that is exactly what happened yesterday. Hey friends, my name is Melissa Rodriguez. I own a thriving marketing agency and I'm a digital nomad. My husband and I travel the world together as we work online. And currently we are in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We've been here for the past 5 months. And if this whole journey sounds exciting and fun to you as much as it does to me, or even just a fraction of what it does to me, then please hit the subscribe button, please comment, please like. It really helps me out a lot and I massively appreciate it. Okay, so week 9. Last week I was feeling very headachy and tired and just grumpy, honestly. This week was just a tad better, a little bit better. I did realize that when I eat a little bit more salt, I'm feeling better. So I'm thinking that maybe I just have low blood pressure right now, because pregnancy will do that to you. And actually I come from a line of women who have low blood pressure already. So I'm guessing that that's also why I've been feeling extremely tired and extremely just, fatigued. But when I eat a little bit more salt, then I've actually been feeling a lot better. So I discovered that like mid this week, and it made a massive difference to how I've been feeling and the things that I've been able to do. And actually this week I saw my bump for the first time. It was the first time that I looked in the mirror and I was like, whoa, I see a bump. I am pregnant here. Like, I see it, I'm pregnant. I think I even messaged my niece, my mom, my cousin. I was like, hey, look at this, look at my belly, I'm pregnant, I see it. And it just feels different, it looks different, because I've gained weight before. I know what it feels like to have weight around my belly, because like I've just gained fat. But honestly, this just feels different. It's a little bit lower, it's a little bit like harder. So I was really excited, and it actually really helped with body image things, as it was like, okay, maybe I can be a little bit more patient with myself, considering I'm growing a human, right? Before I was just feeling like, why am I not, feeling and looking and eating the same way that I was before? Speaking of nutrition and exercise, a hack that I came up with this week was making chicken breast meatballs. Like, I'm not actually great at eating protein shakes right now. They're repulsive to me. I used to have protein shakes all the time, like once a day, to help me hit my protein goals. And what I've done at the start of the week is just get ground chicken breast, and then I seasoned that, and I weighed them out, and I put them in the air fryer, and then they were in the fridge ready to just heat up and go, or actually just eat cold. And that really helps me hit my protein goals, because honestly, cooking is probably the last thing on my mind right now. I don't feel like cooking very often, so meal prep is really important to me right now if I'm gonna eat healthy and also hit my goals and all the things. And regarding my workout schedule, so my current goal and what I'm aiming towards and what I'm scheduling in every week is 4 gym sessions. It's 4 strength gym sessions that are specifically tailored for pregnancy, 3 jogs/incline walks, so 30-minute jogs or incline walks, something that just gets a little bit of cardio in, and then 2 in-person yoga sessions. So in week 9, I was able to hit all of these, which I was really proud of, really happy with, and I really, felt the difference with the week before that I didn't do that. I think I only went to the gym 3 times. I did maybe 1 cardio and actually 0 yoga that week. So I felt a lot better. And actually stay tuned, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for week 10 to see how I get on with that schedule. But that is gonna be my upcoming schedule. I think that's what I'm gonna stick with. 4 gym sessions, 3 jogs or quick walks, and 2 in-person yoga classes. So I have been watching a lot of Gilmore Girls. It's what I want to do when I feel tired, when I'm exhausted and I don't want to do anything. Really, I just want to lie down in bed or on the couch and watch Gilmore Girls. Why? Because it's a classic, it's easy to watch, it doesn't stress me out, it's fun, it's funny, it's witty, the writing is amazing, and it's also just not stressful at all. A lot of the series that I like can be very stressful. So I really like that this is just really easy to watch and comforting. So I have been doing a lot of that. I'm not even gonna tell you how many seasons I've watched in the past couple of weeks. I think it's been like 2. So yeah, Gilmore Girls. I have definitely felt a difference in social situations. We went to a pub quiz on Tuesday and there were so many people there. It was really hot. It was really overwhelming. If you know me, I'm not one to complain about heat, but it just felt ridiculous. And there were so many people there. You couldn't even hear the questions being asked in the pub quiz. There were like 15 people on our team. And honestly, it just wasn't fun. And actually, one good thing that's coming up about being pregnant, apart from, growing a beautiful human, is the whole that, if I'm pregnant, I just feel like I can say, hey, I want to go home. And obviously you can do that anytime, but it's just a little bit more of a permission slip to say like, I'm not enjoying this, I'm tired, I don't feel good, I'm gonna go. So we did that on Tuesday. We were maybe 1 or 2 rounds in the pub quiz. I wasn't enjoying it. I talked to my husband, he was like, let's just go, let's just, we don't need to be here. So we left. So in business, a couple of weeks ago, I did what's called a time audit, which is when you write down absolutely everything that you do in your work. Like if you get an email and you respond to it, you write it down. If you get a message, you respond to it, you write it down. If you remind someone about something, you write it down. If you review something, write down absolutely everything you do. If you're a business owner, actually, I recommend this to absolutely everyone because sometimes we just don't have awareness of what we're actually doing in our work, okay? So I did this a couple of weeks ago. It was really interesting to me to see where my time was actually going, what I was letting myself be interrupted by. And I wanted my managers, so my 2 managers of my team, so my project manager and my copy and strategy manager, I wanted them to do the same thing. I asked them to go away and do this audit. They came back to me with the results this week and we analyzed them together and we decided to implement a couple of changes in how people are being managed and how things are being reviewed. And I'm actually really, really excited about this change because I do want to give my managers more responsibility as I prepare for maternity leave. And I feel like I can't do that if there's no capacity there for me to do that. Obviously, they're going to need training. Obviously, it's not just a question of delegating. There's a whole process that's going to happen there. But first, I need to make sure that they have the bandwidth to actually be able to receive what I want to give them, okay? So this time audit was really interesting for that because I was able to see with them and we actually came to a lot of this same conclusions without even having discussed it first. So I'm really excited to see what these changes end up looking like as we implement them in our team. This was the first week. So far, managers are happy with how that's looking and the changes that are coming about. It's still going to be tweaked a little bit, but essentially what we're doing is we're implementing a calendar of review times, okay? So what was going on is I have a social media agency. We handle many accounts and they all go through a review process by one of our managers. So what happens if there are a lot of people working, a lot of content creators working, and they're sending things off to be reviewed, and my manager's letting all of these requests for review interrupt her and she's going off to review them in that moment. When she does that, she spends all day reviewing things and it's super inefficient. So what we've done is implemented 3 moments of a day where she's going to sit down and review. So once first in the morning, once around midday, and then the third sometime in the afternoon. As we go on, I think we might be able to reduce this to twice a day or even once a day, not necessarily 3 times a day. But I'm really excited about the change because she's already reporting that she has more time, a little bit more bandwidth, and is able to concentrate on some things that are important but not urgent, which is exactly where you want to be when you're working. This week, I also had quite a lot of calls on Thursday and Friday because we had our monthly one-on-ones with each one of our team members. And I really wanted to be there for this month's one-on-ones. It's the first one-on-ones of the year. And also we're implementing a new routine where we are setting a skill that we would like the content creator, the team member to work on. So that was really fun because we got to, think about people's personalities and where they want to go and what they're good at, and just suggest a skill to them and talk to them about it of like, hey, we'd like you to get better or develop the skill of editing in this style or editing in this other different way, or maybe some graphic design or maybe SEO. So we got to talk to everyone in the team, and it also, the way that we designed it was to have, at the moment, we might have one person who's great at graphic design, but what do we do if she's on holiday? What do we do if she's sick, right? We want to make sure that there are other people in the team who can cover for her. And what we're doing is strengthening those skills in other other team members so that all skills have multiple people that can cover them, and that will help us serve our clients a lot better. Also, one of my wins this week, there was a situation with a client who's also family last week, and honestly I was getting way too personally involved in how we were running things, and it really wasn't feeling good to me. I was able to set some boundaries around that and how I wanted that situation to look, and thankfully reality is molding itself to that. So we had a really clarifying conversation, and we were able to get on the same page about some things that for weeks had really been stressing me out. So I'm really glad that that happened, and I'm glad that we're able to move forward with that account in a way that's actually effective and that actually serves the purpose that's intended. I also went to a masterclass hosted by a coach that I had never really been in her space before. Her name's Kate Scudder. It was fantastic. She had a lovely birthday offer that was a surprise birthday offer. So surprise offers are essentially when you say, here's a surprise offer, it costs this much. I'm not going to tell you what it is. There are no refunds, but if you want, you can sign up and I will tell you what it is in a couple of days. It was a surprise offer for her birthday, and since she was turning 35, she had a couple of offers. One was around 1,000, the other was 35. And I thought, hey, I'm gonna sign up for the 35 one. I haven't been in her space before, and she's someone I'd like to learn from. So why not do it for the first time? And I didn't know what it was gonna be, but I imagine it was gonna be some sort of container that was a little bit more intimate than listening to her podcast, of course. So I signed up for this $35 mystery offer. It turned out to be a cash infusion masterclass. Her whole brand is the Millionaire Mother, which is an identity and a concept that I am exploring right now, which is why I was drawn to her. So I really enjoyed her masterclass. It was amazing. Go check her out, the Millionaire Mother. Absolutely recommend it. Yeah, it was really good. It was really interesting to see the strategies that she suggested. It was great to also see that a lot of the strategies she suggested are also things that are already in my toolbox. It's always comforting to see people that you admire and that do amazingly well kind of validate what you're already doing. Speaking of business, I created a lot of content this week. There was a lot of content being made for my membership, which is the Flow Marketing membership. And I also secured a guest speaker for my membership. So a couple of the ladies in my group, they are approaching perimenopause or menopause, and I wanted to bring someone in who was an expert on that. So I asked a dear friend, Tracy Hall. She's a wellness coach and has experienced that, has gone through it personally, and also has this interesting perspective just from a wellness perspective and very, very holistic perspective on the whole thing. It's not just going to be about the science, but also the identity shift and all of these things. So I'm really excited for her to come and speak to my group, because my group is all about finding your own flow in your business. And to find your own flow in your business, you need to find your flow with your body. You need to find your flow with yourself. And before I got pregnant, and I did this with cycle syncing, okay? So I followed my own cycle religiously. I actually really miss cycle syncing because it provided so many cues in my life, for my business, when I reviewed things, when I created things. Also for little things like when I got my nails done, when I got a wax appointment, like all of these things kind of went with my cycle. At the moment, I'm in a little bit of a limbo figuring out, okay, what's my new flow gonna be for the next few months? Or if there's gonna be a flow, am I even gonna be able to find it, predict it? Probably not. I'm probably just gonna be able to feel it the way that I've been doing. And the ladies in my group who are approaching menopause are also experiencing changes in their personal flow and how that affects their work and how that affects everything they do. So I'm really excited to provide this for them. I had this amazing conversation with Tracy. She calls it the second puberty, which I think is just brilliant, right? Because it's a time when your body is changing. It's a time that will affect you emotionally. It can also be a wonderful time when you think about puberty. Yes, it's a crazy time. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, changes. And also, wasn't it wonderful in a way? So I really love that Tracy's gonna bring that perspective of navigating your second puberty to your group, whether it is for ladies who are approaching it, going through it, or about to approach it, or whether, you're gonna approach it in quite a few years down the line. I think it is just a value to know that for ourselves and to be aware that everything does change eventually. If you are interested in the Flow Marketing membership and everything that entails, it is an amazing space, amazing women's group that helps you create content, helps you manage your business, helps you run your life in a way that's really in tune with your body. So if you want to know more about that, check out the links below. There's more information on that membership and how you can join there. Speaking of offers, I have an offer for my marketing agency that honestly for weeks has been on my to-do list to send an email out about. It's called the Get Real Support offer. And this week I got really honest with myself. Why have I not sent this email? This is a 30-minute task. I can do this. Why am I not sending this email. And I realized that there just wasn't something fully in alignment about the offer to me. That's why I wasn't sending it out. And once I got honest about that, wow, that opened things up for me. And I realized that let's go back to the drawing board. I want to be super excited about this offer when I send it out. So I started the process already. I'm actually comparing my offer and going through my offer with the framework that Alex Hormozi lines out in $100 million offer in his book. I haven't finished yet, but I'm really excited about what's coming out of that. And I will be showing you next week. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see what I did with my offer that I was feeling about to turn it into an offer that I'm super excited about. Subscribe, that will be in my week 10 video. Now, next week on the baby front, I have a blood test that's called non-invasive prenatal testing. Essentially, they draw my blood, and through my blood, they're gonna be able to see the baby's chromosomes, and they're gonna be able to say if there's low risk or high risk of the baby coming with chromosomal abnormalities. So a little bit nervous about that. I have to admit, it's gonna be on Tuesday. And yeah, I mean, I have no reason to believe that there will be anything, you know, abnormal about the baby's chromosomes, but it's still just a little bit nerve-wracking to not know and to know that you are gonna know. I don't know if I'll get the results in next week's video. I don't know how fast they'll be with me, but if not, then make sure that you hit subscribe. We are also gonna find out the baby's gender through this test, so I'm also very excited to find that out. Make sure you hit subscribe to know whether we're having a little traveling boy or a little traveling girl. This week we also went to Spice Fest. So Buenos Aires has so many activities, events, meetups, there's so many things going on. And the group that we've kind of been a part of a little bit has been the Foodies group. And they organized a festival yesterday that was Spice Fest. Spice Fest is essentially what it sounds like, a festival with different hot sauces, spicy sauces, and yeah, related things. Like all the playlist was all about spice and heat as well, which was really funny actually. But anyway, I tried the hottest sauce that I've ever tried in my life. And I can handle my spice, okay? I can handle the heat. In fact, most of the sauces I tried were absolutely delicious, a little bit spicy, but you know, not something that was gonna burn my tongue off. I tried two that burned my tongue off a little bit, and then I tried one that made me cry for approximately 10 minutes. So yeah, check that out.
Are you crying? Drink some milk, drink some milk.
Thank you so much for joining me on this week's adventure. If you enjoyed that, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love to have you on this journey with me. And if you have any comments, words of encouragement, questions, drop them in the comments. I would love to connect. There's also my Instagram link in the description. So please comment over there and say hi to me there as well. Next week in week 10, I am getting non-invasive prenatal testing. So that's essentially they take my blood and analyze it. And I'm a little bit nervous about that, so stay tuned for that. Hit subscribe to be notified when the next video comes out. And also I'll be sharing a little bit about our last week or second last week in Buenos Aires. We're about to leave to a new location, so there's gonna be a lot of packing and stress going on, and I know that I'm a little bit more sensitive to stress than I used to be, so I'm gonna try and take it a little bit easier or do things with a bit more notice, a bit more time. So please come on the journey with me. You'll get to see how that goes for me packing as a pregnant digital nomad. And until then, follow your dreams, follow your version of your dreams. Do not let anybody tell you that you cannot do something in a certain way. If you can envision it, then just reverse engineer it. You've got this. And see you next time. Ciao.